Welcome to this video about Microsoft Excel and spreadsheets, and this is particularly for Microsoft Excel 365. So if you're using Office 365, then you might want to be able to use these formulas, which is the text before and the text after functions. Now in previous videos, we've looked at text functions where you could copy from the left or copy from the right, which is available in Excel, or even you want to copy from the middle, like using the mid function. Now this is always used in conjunction with the find function, where you're trying to find the delimiter and then copy up until the delimiter or before it. But these two functions in Office 365, the text before, text after, make it a lot easier. So let's go check out how powerful these functions are in extracting sections of text, both before or after some sort of delimiter or marker. Now, in a previous video, we looked at these functions. For example, here, if we want to copy Bruce, we would basically find the position of the space in the word Bruce, because that's what separates the first name from the surname. And then here is where we would copy from the left until the space -1. And then the surname, we would copy from the middle, wherever that space is, one after it, and then just copy till the end of the text. So these are quite complicated formulas. We did something similar with the email, where we found the position of the @ symbol, and then for the username, we copied from the left up until that @ symbol, -1, and then the rest of it was just after that. Now those are quite complicated formulas, but they're a lot easier now using the text before and the text after function in Office 365. So here I've got the spreadsheet, and we can see in the basic mode, let's just look at these options. You can say, this is the text we want to copy from, this is the delimiter that we are looking at, and this is the instance that we are referring to. Now the instance is, which delimiter do you want? Do you want the first instance of that delimiter, or the second, or the third? So I'll show you when we have multiple options there. So let's just take this example like we did earlier. To get the first part of the name, we know we want everything before the space. So we will just go equals text before, and we are looking at this text, and our delimiter in this case is the space, and we're looking for the first instance of that space. So if I just do that, we get the word John. As you can see, that formula is a lot easier than what we did in the past, having to find the position of the space and copy from the left till it -1. And then the surname is going to be all the text after the space. So we say equals text after, and it has the same parameters. We want to copy from this text. Our delimiter is the space, and we want the first instance or the first space to copy after. And by doing that, we get Smith. Let's try that with the domain. Here we are looking for the delimiter, which is the @ symbol, equals text before, and we're looking at this cell which contains the text of the email. Our delimiter in this case is the @ symbol, and we want the first instance. And there we get everything before that delimiter, and now we want the text after that delimiter. So we want this text with our delimiter being the @ symbol, and we want the first instance. Very easy. Now, if I take this sentence over here, we've got a sentence where there are a lot of spaces. So if I come over here and say equals the text before, and I want this cell, and we want the space as our delimiter, and we want the first instance, it's going to copy everything up until the first instance of the space, which is there between the don't and the do. So it will copy the don't because we want everything before that space. But now if I change that instance to the second instance, so what's happening here is it'll look for the second space, which is over here, and it'll copy everything up until that second space. So in this case, it'll take don't do. And if I take, for example, the fifth space, then it'll copy, there's the first one, there's the second one, there's the third one, there's the fourth one, there's the fifth one. So everything before it is what will be copied. You can actually even do this. You can actually go a -1, which means copy until the last space. If I do that, it copies everything up until the last space. So if I want everything up until the second last space, you can put a -2, and it will copy everything up until that's the last space, that's the second last space. Over here, we can see that there are other parameters that we can use. So for example, we can be case sensitive or case insensitive. So over here, we can see that we've got two ways there that are spelt differently. So if we want the delimiter to be the text way, then if I come here and say equals text before, and we want this text, and we are looking for the delimiter of the text way. And let's say we do the first instance. Now here for the case sensitive, if we say case sensitive, which is a 0, and I close it there, then it will copy everything up until that way. But if I make this the capital way, because we've got case sensitivity on, it's not going to recognize that. It's going to go all the way to that way and copy everything before that. So it must be an exact match as it is in the text. So now we can see that it's copied everything up until just before that way because it must be case sensitive. Now, if I change that last one to a 1, so we're making it case insensitive. So even though I've typed in capital W-A-Y, it will still consider the small w-a-y a valid option. So if I do that as my formula, then even though our delimiter has a capital letter, it doesn't care about the case. It'll look for any version of that word with any form of capital letters or small letters, and there we go. That is the match, so it copies everything before that. Now, if by some chance, let's say we change it to all capitals, our delimiter is capital W-A-Y. In this case, because it's case insensitive, it works. But if I change that to case sensitive, it must match it exactly. Do you notice that there is no word way that is in all capitals? If I do that, it's going to give an error. Now that's where these two parts come in quite handy. The first bit is match end. If we have a match end, we can actually say that the delimiter must be at the end. So whatever's at the end, pretend that there is the word way. So it'll just do the whole text as if way is at least there. So that's where we're going to put a 1 at the end. So if I put a 1 at the end for this parameter, that means that we're going to match to the end. Then whatever your delimiter is, it will have an imaginary delimiter way at the end of the text. So in this case, it'll copy the entire text because it thinks that there is a capital W-A-Y at the end. So it goes right until the end. So it will always find the text because it'll just pretend that that is at the end. So it's basically a way that if there's no match, it'll just do the entire text. But if we wanted to have something particular to be displayed if there isn't a match, let's say we go back to the 0 option where we are not having the way at the end, then you'll notice here there's an error because it cannot find that W-A-Y exactly in my text. If that's the case, then we can use the final parameter to say what must be displayed if it can't find it. So that means over here, we're just going to put in the text not found. So in this case, we're looking in cell B24 for the text way, the 1 meaning the first instance of it, the 0 meaning it must be exactly the way it is spelled like that with the capital letters W-A-Y, the 0 meaning there's no delimiter at the end, so we mustn't copy the whole text if we don't find it, and then this is what must be displayed if we don't find it. So if I do that, we can see it's not found, but if I change it to capital W-A-Y, small, then it'll find that last little way and copy everything up until just before it. And this technically works for the text after as well. It'll do the exact same thing. If we say equals text after, and we want this text, and we're looking for the text do, and we're looking for the first instance of it, then it matches it. There's the do that it finds, and it puts everything after it. If I make it case sensitive, you'll notice that the first 2 letters actually matches the text DO. Because it's case insensitive, it's literally going to copy everything after the first 2 letters. And if we have, for example, the text dot, which is not in our text, then we can have an instance over here where we can put a 0 and then what the text must be if it's not found, which means no dot. And there you can see it says no dot because it couldn't find a dot there, because the text dot is nowhere in that. So that's what will be displayed if it can't find it. So a really powerful function that can be used. I don't think you'll use these parts a lot, but just so that you know that they're available. But here's the most common way you can use it. The text that you're looking for, the delimiter, and you're looking for the first instance or the second instance. And if you're looking for the last or the second last, you just use negative numbers. It's a really powerful function. Go try it out in Excel, Office 365. It'll make your life a lot easier with trying to extract what you are looking for from text. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to the channel. Support us by clicking on that at Mr. Long IT and CAD subscribe button. Also share us with your friends so we can help them as well. We want to help as many people as possible. And don't do it the long way, do it the Mr. Long way.